Season after season, Arsenal get closer to winning the Premier League. But something always falls short. They have all the pieces, except one. A true striker. Someone who can score from half chances and finish tight matches. Now, Arteta and the board have made their move. They've signed a goal machine, Viktor Gyökeres. The missing piece in Arsenal's system may finally be here. But the real question is, can Arteta fit this piece into the puzzle correctly? How will he do it? And what exactly can Gyökeres bring to Arsenal? Most importantly, what are the challenges he must overcome to become the key to Arsenal's trophies? We'll discuss all of this, and more, in today's episode, where I'll give you a full analysis of the deal. So without wasting time, let's begin. Before we dive into who is Viktor Gyökeres, and why did Arsenal choose him, let's take a step back and talk about the player himself. Who is Viktor Gyökeres, and what makes him different from other strikers? The Swedish striker turned heads all over Europe after brilliant seasons with Sporting Lisbon. But the key isn't just his numbers, it's how he plays. Gyökeres is a physically strong striker. He's fast and knows how to attack space behind the opponent's back line. Whether it's the wide areas or the central channel, he times his runs well. And against deep defensive blocks, he can score from half chances. On the pitch, he's smart. He supports his teammates on the wings, creates overloads, and acts as a target man to receive long balls. That was a quick overview of his skills. But remember, when clubs like Arsenal scout players, they analyze them deeply across 5 key phases of play. That's what Edu, Arsenal's former sporting director, confirmed before. They evaluate signings based on build-up, progression, final third, defensive organization, transitions. So today's analysis will follow those exact steps. Let's see what Gyökeres can actually add in each phase, starting with build-up from the back. Last season, we saw Arteta break opposition presses using direct passes, long balls to Havertz or ground passes from Raya to skip pressing lines. To make that work, Odegaard often dropped deep in build-up, while Rice and Havertz stayed forward, ready for those long passes. Gyökeres can help Arsenal here. He's good at being a target man, using his body well to shield the ball and hold off defenders. He can receive direct passes, even on the ground, and keep the play moving. At Sporting, he often took advantage of the space left by pressing fullbacks. That's another boost for Arsenal, because Raya can play accurate passes into those gaps, and with Gyökeres' speed and positioning, Arsenal gain a reliable outlet under pressure, a direct option to receive ground passes and move the ball, a runner who exploits the space behind fullbacks. So Gyökeres isn't just a scoring threat. He can also help Arsenal build attacks safely from the back. Now we move to the second phase, attack progression and midfield control, advancing the attack and controlling the ball in midfield. When Arsenal settle in the opponent's half, Arteta often sets up in a 3-2-2-3 structure. The idea is to dominate possession and break through with short passes. But after a while, teams adapted. They clogged the middle and tightened the space, making it hard to pass through. The solution? More direct play. Long balls behind the back line when teams press high or stay mid-block. The problem last season was Havertz. He wasn't the type of striker who constantly makes dangerous runs behind the defense. And when he did, he couldn't always finish well. With Gyökeres, that changes. He's fast, strong, and smart with his runs. He gives Arteta the chance to play long direct passes into space, and Gyökeres can turn those into real chances. But there's a limit. Against compact defenses, Gyökeres might struggle to link play. He needs space, and he's not the type to operate in tight pockets or dribble quickly under pressure. That's why Arteta is preparing solutions. In the friendly against Milan, he switched from a 3-2-3-2 to a 3-1-5-1 shape. He used 3 players behind the striker, the left back in the left half space, Nwaneri in the right half space, and a third player directly behind the striker to link play. This setup reduces the pressure on Gyökeres to drop and link up. It frees him to focus on his strengths, movement, positioning, and finishing. Now the third phase, converting attacks in the final third. This was a big issue for Arsenal last season. Many of their attacks broke down at the edge of the box. The key reason? No clinical striker. They lacked someone who could score from nothing. That's exactly what Gyökeres brings. He's a natural finisher who can score with either foot, from inside or outside the box. He's a complete striker in terms of finishing. That's something Arsenal desperately missed in their recent title runs. Even in tight games where the team isn't at their best, a poacher like Gyökeres who can turn one chance into a goal, that's a game changer. It could be the difference in the Premier League and the Champions League. Next comes the defensive phase, how the team plays without the ball. Arteta has built a solid, disciplined team. Everyone defends, from striker to back line. That's what makes Arsenal so hard to break down. Here's the concern with Gyökeres. At Sporting, he wasn't asked to defend much. He mostly stayed up front to be a release option. But at Arsenal, things are different. Arteta demands everyone defends. So whether Gyökeres buys into that or not, will be his first big challenge in England. In conclusion, Arsenal are pushing forward with their ambitious project. And Gyökeres might be the signing that takes them to the next level. He's a fierce, dangerous striker, and his stats speak for themselves. But past numbers alone aren't enough in the Premier League. This league is faster, tougher, and more ruthless. If Gyökeres can adapt quickly to Arteta's system, he could become the key that unlocks Arsenal's trophy dreams. Do you think Gyökeres is the final piece Arteta needed? Or will he become another victim of the Premier League's intensity? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. That's it for now. See you next time.